G20, a syndicate of the world's most potent economies. The leaders of these countries gather every year to discuss intricate details about trade, finance, and strategy, which would ultimately shape the world, your destiny, and the future of humanity. Yeah, okay, it's not as grand as it sounds. It's basically a bunch of people getting together to make a general joint fluffy statement which makes them feel good about themselves. A whole lot of virtue signaling, pomp, and ceremony. Anyway, India hosted the G20 summit recently. Leaders of 20 countries descended to Delhi to come to a common overall agenda. The idea of G20 is to get these block of countries to have a progressive agenda on stuff like climate change, international trade, basic human values, and cooperation. It was India's turn to lead the way, organize this year's year-long activity which leads up to the summit, and try to get this common agenda down on paper. What I told you just now, in short, is what G20 is supposed to be about. But our beloved Modi government thought, how can we use this to benefit Shri Adarniya Shri Sir Bhai Guruji Modi Ji, our Lord Savior? I think I know what to do. And they did this. From airport to Biden Hotel, over 960 G20 ads, around 25% with PM Modi. For every kilometer, there are 80 promotional elements of all kinds, and almost 20 Modi installations are displayed. And for every 100 meters, the numbers respectively stand at 8 and 2. In Delhi, only Modi ji everywhere. Oh yeah, and someone put this one up. Before G20 summit, BJP has put up such posters claiming highest popularity of PM Modi among global leaders across India. During India's G20 presidency, the government has spent 50.6 crore rupees on outdoor ads. Contracts were given to 100 outdoor advertising companies, including one linked to a BJP member. I can give you a lot more instances like these. The entire thing looked like some bizarre celebration of one man and one man only, Narendra Modi. And it looked like the entire objective was to do taxpayer funded campaigning before the 2024 general elections. Even the foreign press picked up on this.
The whole event threatens to be overshadowed, actually, by Prime Minister Modi and by India. And we talk about how he's been attracting a lot of criticism from the opposition and generally critics, saying that he's using this event as almost a way to start campaigning early for elections here in India, which are likely to be held in about 8 or 9 months or so. And he's pulled out all the stops. He's made a real spectacle of the G20. We talked about how on the streets of Delhi, every few meters or so, there are posters all over the place, hundreds if not thousands of them, advertising the G20 with Modi's face on them.
Remember the last episode where I told you about 1984, the book? Big Brother used to make sure that there were giant posters of him everywhere, all the time, reminding citizens that he is always watching them. Yeah, all these episodes that I'm doing are somewhat connected. So you might want to pause here and go back to watch the first one. Anyway, assuming you've already seen it, the posters put up in Delhi during this whole G20 party was giving super 1984 Big Brother vibes. Oh, and they didn't stop there, by the way. There was this Bharat Mandapam, which was built before the G20 event and then turned into a tacky rave party. That shit is tacky as hell. I'm saying it. It's just eye-stabbing laser lights which turn the G20 summit into a shadi DJ party. Just tacky. Oh, wait, sorry, did I say DJ party? Because every leader who landed in India also got a personal one delivered to them. Zabardasti. Okay, maybe more like when they landed, they all got personal Society Ka Ganesh Chaturthi cultural night. Oh, wait, and also after all of this was done, the whole event, and everybody went home, Modi's BJP threw another welcome party for none other than Modi ji. You see what's happening here, right? No? Okay, let me tell you. Let's go back a little bit. India was actually supposed to host the G20 summit in 2021. But back in 2018, during a summit in Argentina, Prime Minister Modi requested that this summit should coincide with India's 75th year of independence, which is 2022. Did the summit happen in 2022? No, it didn't. It happened in 2023. In 2022, India swapped places with Indonesia. No specific reason was given, it is just what it is. So, in 2023, now, which is months before the elections, our government went all out to host this massive event with a massive PR budget. But the point of this event was not just to get a boost for the upcoming elections. No, there was another agenda. It is to show that India, that is Bharat, has become a Vishwaguru. That graph which I showed you earlier, yeah, that was the agenda of G20. To show that Narendra Modi is now an international man of influence, that he is a world teacher. Literal translation of Vishwaguru. I mean, sure, they kept saying that India has become a Vishwaguru, but we all know what they are really saying, don't we? Modi is World Guruji. Just looking back at all of this, they were clearly trying to send one single message out into the world. Look guys, it's time for you to see how amazing Adarniya Modi ji is. Look, he's going to rub shoulders with all these big leaders of the world. Yeah, so he's a big man who is hosting this very big event and showing how him and by extension all of us have big balls. Okay, we very brave, we Vishwaguru, got it? Clear? Everybody? Clear? Okay, now curfew.
Behind this green veil, where posters of G20 and Prime Minister Narendra Modi hung, is a place where residents say that they've been hidden away from the world.
ये हमें मतलब कीड़ा मकोड़ा समझते हैं हम लोगों को सफोकेशन होने लगी हवा तक भी नहीं आ रही है इसकी वजह से
हमारे देश में विदेशी मेहमान आ रहे हैं तो सबसे हमारा फर्ज बनता है हम भी कुछ देश को योगदान करें
क्योंकि उनको सरकार ने कवर कर दिया इस वजह से ताकि वो अपनी नाकामयाबी छुपा सके
Hey, shut up you poors, get behind that green curtain and shut up. Let Modi ji have his moment and don't ruin everyone's mood by showing your face. That you what? Wait, what did you say? You don't like it? Well, shut up you poor person because India is Vishwaguru now. Can't you see it? Can't you see it? We are a Vishwaguru now. Hello and welcome to another episode of Modi Review. If you haven't seen the first episode, you might want to see that as well, because I'm going to reference it a lot in this one as well. If you want to watch it after you're done watching this one, no stress. You do what you want, friends. Don't let anyone tell you what to do. Today, I want to talk to you about India or Bharat as a Vishwaguru, a world teacher. In this hour and a half long, how much ever the duration is video, I'm going to ask a few questions. Is India really a world teacher? Was it ever a Vishwaguru? Is it now? If yes, what are we a Vishwaguru in exactly? What is it that we are teaching the world? Can we become a Vishwaguru maybe? Or is all of this Vishwaguru nonsense just that? Nonsense? Is it just nonsense PR trickery to make us feel better about ourselves as a country and be okay by extension of having Narendra Modi as our leader who rules over this country? And what has Modi and his government done to make us Vishwaguru? Did it work at all? That one is going to be a case study on one of the government's most favorite things. You'll see. Stick around. So yes, that's the agenda. Lots of questions to ask and lots of answers to be found. Let's go to chapter 1. Chapter 1. Vishwaguru. What do you think about when you hear the word Vishwaguru? I imagine this sage-like sannyasi wise person who roams the world sharing wisdom with everyone. Half-closed eyes and a serene type of vibe. It's a vibe which attracts confused and insecure people towards our Vishwaguru. Vishwaguru tells these people about the universe and the meaning of life, and maybe gives tips on how to make your YouTube video go viral, how to game the social media algorithm. It's like a chat GPT but in human sage form, if you know what I mean. Vishwaguru is kind, Vishwaguru is nice, Vishwaguru is generally approachable, and Vishwaguru is also great to hang out with. When people meet Vishwaguru at parties, they're like,
"Oh yeah, did you see that Vishwaguru guy? He's so sharp, no? And so witty. So funny also. He doesn't take himself too seriously, by the way, but he has so much wisdom to offer. I like Vishwaguru. Do you think he'll come to my rave party in Chhatarpur Farms next week? Yeah, you think I should ask him? I think I should. Yeah, you're right. I think he'll be fun to have around. Yeah."
A few moments later.
you want to be friends with Vishwaguru, right? What a chill guy. I would. Okay, now think of India as a country. No, not India of 2023 in this place and time. I want you to imagine it like you are writing an intro sequence for a documentary on India. A Discovery Channel documentary, which is like a Wikipedia page but with a nice voiceover and visuals. This documentary is intended for an international audience. Yeah? Now, what does India look like to you? Wait, let me help you out. India, a tapestry woven over millennia where ancient traditions meld with the rush of modernity. In the bustling bazaars and winding lanes of India, that is Bharat, stories whisper of empires long gone and of sage wisdom that has endured the ages. From the verdant tea gardens to the expansive deserts, the land sings of contrasts. India's wild heart beats strong with nature's marvels prowling its forests and soaring its skies, where rivers are revered and every sunset is a promise of a new tale. Join us as we embark on a journey through a land where every grain of sand tells a story, every whisper carries a legacy. This is India. Behold the testament of love, where white marble gleams under the moonlight, narrating tales of undying devotion. Every corner teems with life. Markets explode in a riot of colors, and fragrances lead you through a maze of timeless commerce. Further south, the serene backwaters call, cradled by coconut groves and kissed by monsoon rains. Art and culture dance in harmony. Every gesture, every footstep tells an age-old saga, echoing epics of gods and heroes. From the golden granaries of the north to the throbbing heart of Bollywood in the west, every region adds a unique note to the symphony called India. Skyward dreams take flight as laughter and hope fill the air, painting the horizon with aspirations. Here, while ancient civilizations once gazed at the cosmos, the soul of a nation thrives, eternally luminous. Dive deep into this mosaic and discover the soul of Vishwaguru, India. I would say that our two characters, Vishwaguru, the person, and Vishwaguru, India, fit in together very nicely when you imagine them this way, right? India as this old wise civilization that has so much diversity at play, so much beauty to offer, and even a chill country to take to a rave party, I guess, to Chhatarpur Farms. A country that everyone wants to hang out with. But sad news, dear viewers, this was just our imagination at play. Because India is not that in 2023. And the word Vishwaguru means something completely, totally different. I'll show you. Say hello to Bharat, the mother of democracy. It's a booklet that was presented at the G20 summit just to give the delegates an idea about India. Let us read. So here's the book, Bharat, the mother of democracy. Starts with a quote by Adarniya Modi ji, of course. I am proud to represent a country which has the distinction of being named as the mother of democracy. Okay, wait a second. Who named us? Who named us mother of democracy? Oh wait, did Modi and his government name India the mother of democracy, and now Modi is using that name to tell people that we have been named as the mother of democracy? Oh wait, is that how we called ourselves Vishwaguru in the first place? You know, we call ourselves Vishwaguru and then we tell people how we are being called Vishwaguru by everyone, and so we become Vishwaguru? Something like that? No, surely not. No, that's not happening. Moving on. Our diversity is the hallmark of our democracy. A country that has dozens of languages, hundreds of dialects, different lifestyles, cuisines. This is the best example of a vibrant democracy. Next page is a chart about how our civilization has shaped up since 6000 BC. Then it says this at the bottom. In Bharat, that is India, the view or the will of the people in governance has been the central part of life since earliest recorded history. Did you notice something? Did you? Bharat, that is India. Yeah, there is a little note below that as well which says Bharat is the official name of the country. It is also mentioned in the constitution as also in the discussion of 1946-48. Yeah, what discussion? Random people talking to each other between these 2 years? What is it? You know they mean the Constituent Assembly debates, right? But this little disclaimer seems like it was added last minute. So they kind of forgot to put in that little detail in a hurry, you know? And you know why that happened? Because of the India Alliance naming itself India Alliance and the government trying to do shenanigans like separating itself as Bharat and India. This is the result. Anyway, I'm going to quickly go through this 52-page booklet and come back to tell you about it, right? You don't need to go through all that stress. I will do it for you. Don't worry. See you in a bit. Okay, let's do this. Page number 8, History Beyond 2000 BC, goes on to talk about the Ramayana and Mahabharata. I mean, if you put a date on it, it must be history, right? Page number 14, Pluralism and Tolerance. Courtesy, Jainism. Coexistence and tolerance, key principles of democracy, naturally flow from this pluralistic vision. In combination with non-violence, another important tenet, Jainism envisions a world of peaceful coexistence. It is the way of life practiced in India even today. Yeah. Page 22. A quote by Diodorus Siculus, a Greek historian. Of several remarkable customs existing among the Indians, there is one which may be regarded as truly admirable, that no one among them shall under any circumstances be a slave to another. The equal right to liberty which all possess shall be respected. Slavery in the world was abolished formally only around 150 years ago. No democracy can be complete where slavery was in existence. In India, it never took root. Really? Which upper caste idiot wrote this? Let me say this straight up. Caste oppression in India was a form of slavery. It was. It involved treating other backward caste humans like slaves, giving them disgusting tasks like cleaning shit from your upper caste privileged shit pots and absolutely humiliating them in the process, not letting them enter temples, not letting them drink from a common water source, using different utensils for them when they come home, or not even letting them enter your home, throwing Ganga Jal all over the place after they enter your home. All of this happened for years. Oh wait, it still happens. Yeah, it does, right? You know that, right? But sure, let's find out how else our country is mother of democracy. Pointless, all of it. Ah yes, page 49. Peaceful transfers of power. Finally, now we get to the point. Since independence, India has witnessed peaceful transfers of power through 17 national elections, over 400 state elections, and over 1 million elections to local self-governments. Elections happened and keep happening like clockwork. The Election Commission of India reports directly to the President. It is a fiercely independent body. Yeah, okay, disregard the last thing. The first part that I just read out, yeah, that gives us something to be proud of right now. I'm not exactly sure how we are calling ourselves mother of democracy, but sure, there are enough historical examples given in this booklet about different styles of government, different systems of government. Some kings like Chhatrapati Shivaji had a council advising them. Some like Akbar propounded Din-e-Ilahi, a new syncretic religion which is like a mix of all religions. It was done to ensure a harmonious society back then. Then there were the Cholas who had a form of voting as well. Ashoka is said to have allowed the election of his own ministers for a fixed term. But in all of this, we are still talking about kings. They are monarchs. Those people who lived in that time were ruled by those monarchs. These were kings with dynasties being passed down to their children, or winning over other kingdoms through war and forceful land grab. Sure, they followed some practices which involved people's participation here and there, but it's not exactly a democracy in a very real modern sense of the word. We became a democracy in 1947, and the last thing I read in that book about peaceful transfer of power, yeah, that is something worth proclaiming, to be honest. Just a random suggestion, okay? The entire booklet could have been about our amazing election process and how it is executed. It could be about how the election commission ensures that even a random Hindu priest who lives inside the Gir National Park with lions gets to cast his vote. Wait, did we just find Vishwaguru in real life? Look, as Vishwaguru, we do have this going for us. Overall, in a mota sense, all of our prime ministers and the parties they belong to have obeyed the election commission and respected the choice of the voters. Unlike, say, in America, where some overly manly men decided to storm the Capitol building and tried to do a hostile takeover for my friend Doland. But it's a question worth asking now in 2023. Will this continue to happen this way? Or does something feel off? And what does being Vishwaguru mean in a very real sense? I gave you an imaginary picture, but what does it really mean? What are we doing to show the world that we deserve that status? If there is one thing that the current world actually respects, it's money, paisa, prosperity, economic prowess. If India becomes an economic powerhouse, we go a long way towards becoming a Vishwaguru. To become a country that is an economic Vishwaguru, our government tries to do some very obvious things. Look at what the world needs right now. Find services and products that are in high demand. Start making a strategy to incentivize our country fellows to deliver those products and services. Figure out places where manufacturing plants can be set up and training centers can be built to prepare a mass chunk of people to provide these things. Ensure that these products and services are marketed to the world properly. Crack diplomatic deals with countries that are demanding these things and ensure easy trade. Result? Economic Vishwaguru-ness. And you know what? We used to do that at one point. Yeah, in our history. Currently, you pick up any book or article on India, whether written by an Indian or a Firangi, and they will begin with this tired old line. India has always been an agrarian country. Yeah, okay. First of all, any country that is not nomadic will be agricultural in nature and will be agrarian. I mean, we need to eat, right? China has been agrarian, so was Britain or Russia or Australia. Yeah. In 1947, when we got independence, about 90% of our country was dependent on agriculture as a profession. Right now, that number is hovering around 50%. So yes, currently we might be an agriculturally dependent nation, but was it always this way? No, it wasn't. You must have read some jingoists talking about how India used to have a 27% share of the global GDP before, things happened. And that is true. The Indian subcontinent was at the center of a massive global trade network and we were considered a manufacturing giant. Take textiles. India's textile trade was legendary, with its cotton textiles being exported to Southeast Asia, Europe, and the Arab world, even West and East Africa, and even European colonies in America. Europeans used to be crazy about Indian cotton and its colorful prints. Okay, quick segue, let me tell you a story. There was this evil Mughal emperor called Aurangzeb. One day, his daughter walked into court wearing a cloth so transparent that her skin was showing. What? Ooh, bad. Aurangzeb got pissed. The daughter explained to him that she was just wearing a 7-layered muslin dress and it was so good that she can't help it. And then Aurangzeb was like,
Screw you, daughter. Stop using India's amazeballs textile prowess as an excuse to be indecent. Go to your room, cover up, change.
Okay, that story is only partially true. But wait, I am putting a date on it, so it must be history. Yes. Anyway, it is said that India's muslin textiles were famous for being so lightweight that an entire sari could be folded to the size of a matchbox. World over, the cloth that came from this subcontinent was in high demand. Take another example, shipbuilding. India had a powerful shipbuilding industry that was so sought after that for centuries the British Royal Navy was composed of ships that were manufactured in India. In fact, the British came to India in search of wood for their ships. The ships that were built in India were of a much higher quality than even European ships, and they were much more durable when they were at sea. Here's another one, metallurgy. Fun fact, one of the earliest form of steel in the world was from the Indian subcontinent. It was called the wood steel, and again, it was in high demand. We made a vast variety of metal products made of copper, brass, bronze, and other alloys. Back when the entire world was poking each other with pointy sticks made of metal to kill each other and take over territories. Yeah, back then you can imagine how amazingly placed we were as a weapons manufacturer. So what happened to all of that? From the looks of it, we were a Vishwaguru. We were an economic Vishwaguru. I think you already know the answer to what happened. The British happened. All of this was brutally destroyed by the British, who wanted to economically dominate India through colonization. Indians were forced to produce only raw materials for the British industry, and the finished products would be made by them, not us. They would reap the profits while our poor ancestors were relegated to meager earnings through raw material. This destruction was not random. It was official British policy using laws passed by the British Parliament back then. They progressively banned the import of Indian textiles into Britain and banned the use of Indian-made ships in the British Navy. Not just this, they went further. The British sent their soldiers to destroy handlooms and break the thumbs of weavers to stop them from producing textiles. Millions of artisans and craftsmen lost their occupations and were forced to look for alternate jobs. Inevitably, they ended up as farmers. And that's how a manufacturing Vishwaguru got reduced to an agrarian economy, so that historians now will write, India is an agrarian country. So after independence, every government that was in power, socialist, capitalist, communist, Modi ji, doesn't matter, all of them have been trying to get us back to our manufacturing glory. But we have failed. It's as simple as that. So much so that we skipped the manufacturing part. We went from agrarian economy to service sector economy. Manufacturing, just skip. Cut to 2014, Modi ji comes on stage and it seemed like this was about to change. Because Gujarat model, because development man, because sabka saath, sabka vikas, because yay Modi ji. And the current Modi government came up with this grand, bold idea to make us a manufacturing giant again, to restore us to our former glory. It was called Make in India. So, how has that been going? Make in India logo designed by foreign firm, says RTI. While replying to another query, the ministry informed that Wyden Kennedy India Limited was hired for 11 crore rupees for advertising and promotion of Make in India. Yeah, I mean, we can't even come up with a bloody logo by ourselves for a plan that will promote manufacturing in our country. I mean, seriously? Seriously? I mean, we can't even manufacturing a freaking logo? That's what you're telling me? Is this what our Vishwaguruness has come down to? What is this shit? What is this? Yes, hello. Hi. Mental health break. It's day two. Um, have some things planned today. And just wanted to tell you that we do live streams every Wednesday. Those are general live streams. But if you become a member, you get access to some special live streams that happen on the Saturday evening or Friday evening as I feel like. Those are workshops which I do where I talk about parliamentary research, how to do it. I take you through websites. I also tell you how to write scripts and also shoot these videos. I thought that I have accumulated a bunch of skills over time, so maybe you would want to learn some stuff, and I am here if you do. So please do consider subscribing to this channel, but also becoming a member because that will support me a lot and this video and everything that I do. Okay, so the next bit is going to be a bit heavy. It is going to be a bit heavy with some numbers thrown at you because thank you Modi ji and thank you economics and all theories and every economist that came before this. So yeah, it's case study time. It's chapter 3. Chapter 3. It's chapter 3. What is it? Coming right at you. In February 2023, our External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar made his presence felt on the ANI podcast with Smita Prakash. When asked about what India is going to do to counter China, this is what he said.
Look, they are the bigger economy. I mean, what am I going to do? As a smaller economy, I'm going to go pick a fight with a bigger economy.
This might sound a little defeatist to you, but the minister is trying to say something that I have been trying to say throughout this video. The only way India can realistically be considered a superpower is if we have a bigger economy. Just like how we are not picking a fight with China because it is a bigger economy, we won't be picked on for the same reason if we are a big economy. So our Vishwaguruness actually completely depends on how big and how amazing our overall economy is doing. And for that, we need a robust and active manufacturing sector. The Modi government made a big splashy announcement to make it so. Exactly 10 years ago, on September 25th, 2014, Adarniya Modi ji announced Make in India, a flagship program which was launched with much fanfare.
We request the Prime Minister to launch these very first images.
The logo was revealed, which was designed by a foreign ad agency, but koi nahi. Let's ignore that and be happy that about how great it looks. The government wanted an event. They wanted to put on a big show, and that's what happened during the launch of Make in India. It's been 10 years since, and right now would be a good time to figure out what happened. Did it work? Did it not work? Was it effective? Why isn't the government putting on like a 10-year anniversary Ganesh Puja gala type DJ situation for announcing what all has been achieved by Make in India? I mean, come on, it's a great excuse to spend taxpayer money. I mean, do another event and brag about the achievements of the government. It's right there. 10 years. Unless there weren't many achievements. Make in India is the prime example of how PR and showmanship does not lead to actual results. And the worst part is that this program and its intentions were actually good. I'm saying this. Yes, they were good. Okay, mota, Make in India had 3 main targets. Number 1, increasing manufacturing growth by 12 to 14% per annum. Number 2, increasing the share of manufacturing in the GDP to 25% by 2023. Number 3, creating 100 million jobs in the manufacturing sector by 2022. So, did any of that happen? No, it didn't. Okay, I need to throw some figures at you, but don't worry. I'll add some cool music in the background that you can head bob to. Oh yeah, and Vishwaguru will give you company. Okay? Okay, let's go. One more scheme. Swachh Bharat ka irada. Still going on. हो गया क्या? I hope. Okay, let's go. The manufacturing growth rate has averaged at 5.9% since 2013-2014. This is half of the Make in India target. Share of manufacturing is stagnant at 16.4% of GDP for the past 10 years. That's far below the target of 25% set by Make in India. Share of manufacturing in the workforce has declined from 12.6% in 2011 to 11.6% in 2021. This government didn't create jobs in manufacturing, they actually managed to take some away. Wait, I'm not done. India's Index of Industrial Production (IIP) has grown at an average of 2.9%. The IIP for a thriving industry is 8%. So no luck there either. Manufacturing of electrical equipment has dropped by 1.8% annually since 2014. Textile is down by 0.5%. Leather down 1.8%. Computers, electronics and optical products are up, but by a sad 2%. Transport equipment is up 2.3%. Vehicle production is up 1.6%. Rate of employees in factories has fallen from 6.2% to 2.8%. Wage growth has fallen from 16% annually to half, 8% annually. Okay, I'll stop now. So you see, the whole thing is not exactly peachy. The promises that were made 10 years ago have simply not been fulfilled. And this government obviously knows that nobody is going to talk about it except for us nerdy type people in these long ass essays, right? So they just casually ignore it and pretend like it never happened. But we remember, right? We remember. So what went wrong? Okay, I'm going to try and explain this to you in a very simple way. Not going to throw more numbers at you, but instead try to tell you how all the things that went wrong together. First, capital investment went down. You see, everyone who earns money tries to save some of it to buy nice things. Sometimes it's unnecessarily expensive garbage like iPhones, but sometimes it's a house or they want to put it into starting their own business, capital investment. But in the last decade, people didn't really want to do that because their personal savings were going down as well. If you don't save, how will you invest? Second, since new people are not starting new manufacturing businesses, there was a drop in industry growth. Third, if new businesses are not opening up, there are less jobs in the market. So the labor market became sad and there was less money in the hands of the workforce. And from there, we can go back to the first point. It's a vicious cycle where India is kind of stuck right now. This government was supposed to figure out a solution for this, but it didn't. You know why? Because their plan was kind of shit too. Why did Make in India fail? 1. It was too ambitious when setting targets. Before this was launched, the annual manufacturing growth rate was averaging around 6%, as I told you earlier, if you were paying attention when I threw all those numbers at you. Anyway, telling you again. This government set a target to double it. it's not like you can wave a magic wand and make it happen. The target was set without really thinking about how they will do it. I mean, sure, there was a plan, but how will it be implemented? They overestimated our capacity and capability to do this and meet this target. 2. There were too many sectors that were brought into the fold. It was a broad program which was not designed for individual incremental changes, keeping different sectors in mind. An incentive that works for the auto industry might not work out for something like a shampoo factory. The products are totally different, so it requires different set of policies, a decentralized set of policies. If Make in India was focused on, let's say, 3 big potential industries that we could push and incentivize, it would have been much better. For instance, just take a look at the Make in India website. It's confusing and overwhelming as hell. If you check the sectors, you'll get overwhelmed just looking at it. There are 2 different policies within auto manufacturing. One for automobile, the other for automobile components. If you click on any sector, there is a section called Reasons to Invest. See the wellness sector. It's a list of how Ayush and herbal products demand is surging. MOUs are signed with different countries for cooperation in the field of pseudoscience like homeopathy, and a line on how medical tourism can be promoted. Go further down and you see investment opportunities. In that, they mention how there are opportunities in Ayurveda drug manufacturing, setting up treatment centers, and medical tourism. How and why would someone invest in all of this and what would they get out of it is just missing. And that is the third biggest problem. The entire program is designed to attract foreign investment. It's to convince other countries to throw money at us looking for potential areas where they can make profits. Make in India is for other countries to use India as a manufacturing hub. On the surface, it sounds great because, if foreigners invest in India, then demand here rises, we get some amazeballs foreign exchange, and our manufacturing scales by making capital investments to meet the demand. It's a win-win, but international trade is not that easy. We live in a time when there is global economic uncertainty and trade protectionism happening. Countries are looking inwards, not outwards. We seem to be doing the opposite, which is very ill-timed right now. If you saw part 1, you know why much thought wasn't put into implementation of Make in India. Modi is amazing at putting up a show, grand announcements and inaugurating things, but terrible at figuring out how to execute the plan. He and his government keeps getting distracted by new shows that they need to put up before completing the last one. And they do it practically every month. Something new is happening every month. So what happened to the old one? Who knows? Do we care? The Modi government, and Modi in particular, is great at announcements but terrible at dialogue. And if we have to convince other people to throw money at us, then we need to have the ability to have proper conversations. Turns out, if there is anything we need to actually manufacture in India, it is proper, decent dialogue. Instead, we are manufacturing ugly people like this fellow.
सर ये जो श्रेय अगर जाता है तो देश के प्रधानमंत्री को जाता है। ये आतंकवादी है, उग्रवादी है, ये मुल्ला आतंकवादी है।
I started this video by painting an image of Vishwaguru in your head. You remember, right? The sage-like chill chap who attends rave parties and says wise stuff. Now, I want you to look at this face. This is what we actually are. As a country, as a soul, as a Vishwaguru. And that, my friends, makes me terrifyingly and extremely sad. I don't want to leave you with just problems and sadness. No, I don't. I mean, the government came up with a plan and it's failing, so why not take a little gander and suggest some alternate solutions? What do you think? To raise the spirits, I have one small solution. Okay, think about it. The biggest reason for anyone to invest in India is actually to tap into the giant, massive, gargantuan Indian market. We have a whole lot of people who can buy a whole lot of things. If we manage to put more money in Indian hands, just imagine what an amazing market we have within our country. Not like we don't like nice things, right? You like nice things, I like nice things, everybody likes nice things. So, our government should be ideally pitching to its own citizens, not to citizens of other countries. Modi seems to be so obsessed with getting foreign money instead of focusing on creating money within the country. Foreign attention also. The policy should be ideally make and consume in India. Wait, you know what? I'm not the only one who said this. I'm not like an original thinker. I'm just a stupid YouTuber who is just collecting things and telling you about it and trying to edit it nicely and in an entertaining way. I think I should let the OG thinker speak to you instead. Yeah, in a more relatable language. Hello children, Nation's Bapu here. It must be weird for you to hear me talk like this, casually and all. But hey, this is YouTube and I'm keeping up with the times. Also, this fellow who is controlling my head right now thought that the way I spoke to you was boring earlier and I would bore you? Can you imagine? I mean... Anyway, I'm here to talk to you about this idea I had a long time ago called swadeshi. In a nutshell, it's about supporting local, being self-sufficient and fostering our own industries. Allow me to unpack that for you. In a world where Made in India should be the tag we are flaunting, we find ourselves lost in the glitz of foreign labels. Our government seems to have a crush on foreign investments, rolling out the red carpet with programs like Make in India. It's a cool snazzy tagline with a cool snazzy logo, but who is it really benefiting? Our love affair with foreign capital is like binge watching a trendy show. Thrilling to watch, but when it ends, it leaves you totally hollow and empty. But Swadeshi, yes, Swadeshi, that is your classic novel, enriching with every page. You read it once, but then come back years later to find something new and it is exciting all over again. Just look at the host of this video. He came back to me using my face and is talking about my idea, isn't it? Yeah? Like a classic novel? Yeah, enriching. Anyway, the Swadeshi way is simple. Invest in our own, make our local industries robust and competitive. A little love, a little patience, some incremental changes over time and boom! Saunders is dead. Haha, yes, Saunders is dead. Ha. Okay, kidding. Non-violence. Damn it, MK, be in character. As I was saying, if we follow the Swadeshi way, then we are not just meeting local demands but have quality goods for the global market. It's time we dust off that legacy, flaunt our Swadeshi badge, and watch the world turn its gaze towards the real Indian ingenuity. You might think of this as grand empty rhetoric, but I'm not Modi ji. It's not rhetoric. We as people need to raise our standards and create stuff that our people want. Because what our people want, all 1.4 billion of them, the world will want it too. I mean, come on, it's not rocket science. India is 1/7 of humanity, so we can set standards by just setting the demand right. Yeah? So, the next time you hear Make in India, let's ensure it's for India, by India. Let's make Swadeshi the trend that never fades. Because trust me, nothing's more vogue in 2023 than self-reliance and sustainability. And before I go, screw that Biduri guy. I mean, come on guys, get a grip on yourself. Be decent. Stop this verbal violence. Ugh, so disappointed right now. What has this country come to? Peace out. Thanks for that, MK. Now, do you see what I was trying to say? Look, the deal is simple. You want us to become a Vishwaguru, right? A country that shows the right path to humanity, people who set standards for the rest of mankind and shows everyone how society should be like and how people should live together and progress together. You want that, right? Then there is a desperate need to look within, not just economically but spiritually also. We are currently a savage country. We are not decent people, not by any standards. There are made up caste and religious hierarchies everywhere you look. People are fighting with each other all the time about it. People are being stripped naked, beaten, urinated upon, and killed for their identities. On top of that, we have leaders who reward such divisive base level behavior by giving tickets to such monsters who end up in positions of power. They want to divide and rule within the country while telling rest of the world to throw money at us. We have a government that is obsessed with how we look, not with how we behave as a people. And all of this is not exactly what a Vishwaguru is supposed to do. I'm just saying it outright. The whole reason why I went down this economic superiority rabbit hole is because I wanted you to see how it is possible to have economic prosperity and to be proud as a country, to become a beacon of hope for the rest of the world. Right now, all we have is a booklet proclaiming ourselves as the mother of democracy, while an MP in parliament who calls his fellow MPs and Ugravadi. Yeah, Vishwaguru, my ass. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. I have taken a while to make this one. As you can see, a lot of work went into this one. I will try to increase the frequency of Modi review. The thing is, special parliament session happened and I have been putting out a lot of content about that, covering the sessions, putting out episodes. So I will resume Modi review now again. Please do consider becoming a member on my channel. We have 2 new tiers and with different benefits. The final tier, you can actually request video calls with me, and monthly video calls I will do with those members, where we can just chat, hang out for an hour, and you can tell me your worries and also give me feedback and ideas. So please do consider supporting this channel, supporting me, and if you like this, please do share it with people. As you know, this is a very different kind of content that not many people are used to. So when you share it, it really helps. I will see you in the next video. See you. Bye.